Hey game designers, welcome to part 5 of the video. When we last left off, we finished the shirt, the right collar, and the left collar. Let's go ahead and do some cleanup here. Let's go ahead and rename this left collar. And let's go ahead and put all these collars and shirt in one folder. So again, left click at the top one, hold shift, left click the bottom one. It should select everything in between. Or you can simply hold control and click all the layers you want to put in the same folder. Click on the new folder button. I'm just going to call this shirt. Click on a new layer, and let's go ahead and start on the arms. So the arms are going to be two shapes, and I'm going to kind of hold space here. We're going to create obviously the actual arm itself and give it some bleed, and then we're going to go ahead and do the sleeve, but make that one folder so that we can pivot the arm. So let's go ahead and just use our pen tool and get started here. I'm going to turn off my fill color, make sure you're on a new layer. I'm going to start at the top here. I'm just going to drag, hold Alt just to unlink the handles. And I'm going to kind of make it even here. I can probably make a stroke that goes all the way down to his hands, but I do want to start making extra knots so later on I can bend his elbows. So I'm kind of going to go right here, hold Alt, kind of unlink the handles, kind of create that curve here. I'm going to go down to his fingertips, or maybe I'll go down to his wrist. I'll take that back. Let's go down to his wrist. In case I want to have his wrist move, I want to create a knot here. Okay, and I'm going to hold Alt to unlink the handles. Go to the fingertips, hold Alt, unlink the handles, drag, unlink the handles. I'm going to zoom in on the hands real quick and really show the knot system for the fingers. We're going to do the same technique that we did with the mouth. We're going to create these inside strokes and keep it all one shape. Again, this will allow us to animate the fingers and separate the fingers if we need to. So I'm going to go ahead and make another knot right here. Actually, let me go ahead and make this a little bit shorter. Otherwise, it's going to go way too far. And I'm going to go ahead and drag upward, hold Alt, go inward, go to the inside of the finger here, hold down, hold Alt. Okay, go back down to the fingers here, kind of ride the same path the best that I can. Hold Alt, shrink the finger exiting vector here, go to the tip of it. Okay, hold Alt, go in here. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can fix it later. I'm going to go to the hand right here, hold Alt, spit it back out, go over here, ride the same path the best that I can, hold Alt, kind of get around the finger here, hold Alt. I'm going to decide to go all the way to his wrist again, hold Alt, unlink the handles again, go to his elbow, I'm going to pull 12 o'clock, hold Alt, unlink the handles, go all the way back to the arm. Okay, and now that we have a rough knot system here, again, we can always change the location of these knots. Like if I think the elbow is too low, I can go here, get extended out, go here, maybe go back to this arm, extend this out a little bit. I'm assuming his arm's a little bit bigger than that. Go here, ride it like that, come down there, make it a little bit less knotty here, make it a little bit more straight. Okay, and let's go ahead and zoom in again on the hands and get that detail that we want around the fingers. So it looks like this one's stubby fingers, that's good. Go in there. Okay, go right here, shrink this down there. There we go. That's beautiful. Okay, go here, go there, go here, go here. Again, you can move these knots closer to get rid of that artifact issue. The finger doesn't look that rounded over here. My handles are probably a little bit too big. Turn it in a little bit. And good enough. And there we go. So now we have the arm finish. Let's go ahead and turn on the stroke to skin color here. Click on color. Let's see if it's in my swatches. Oops, I changed it. Wait, what did I do? Click the color picker, click the skin color. There we go. Black stroke, looks good. Let's go ahead and rename this the right arm. Let's go ahead and do the sleeve really quickly. All right, I'm gonna turn off the arm. I'm gonna go ahead and make a new layer. Let's make the sleeve. You can do it in 2 knots, probably right here and right here if you're really good. I'll just do it in 3 knots to keep it easier on ourselves so that we don't have to get it just right. Go ahead and drag it out. Hold Alt, go upward, go to the tip, hold Alt, unlink the handles, go to the bottom, pull, hold Alt, go along the path, and click back at the beginning. Okay. Sometimes it does automatically unlink my handles. That's not what I want. Let's go ahead and turn off the fill color here. Hold Alt, and let's figure out why this happened. It relinked my handles, I think. So again, if you have a mouse, you can just simply, you know, unlink the handles by holding Alt. So if you're not on a Chromebook, you can just hold Alt to unlink the handles if they are linked. So let me show you guys what happens if, for example, you accidentally left on a Chromebook, left your handles linked, but you want to unlink them. Well, you really can't do that because you guys can't hold Alt and left click like we can. So what you can do is click on the knot and holding Control, hit backspace, and that will delete the knot. And then you can go back to the path, left click, drag, and hold Alt. And now you can unlink the handles if you're creating a new knot. So now you can move this knot back over here, its proper location, and now you can hold Control and modify the handles again. Okay. So there's always a technique that you can do in your Chromebook. It's not as convenient as if you had a keyboard, but let's not cry over spoiled milk and just kind of finish this. So it looks like I got my sleeve now. Go ahead and turn the fill to white color. And we are done. Let's go ahead and rename this right sleeve. Click Control to select both of these, make it into a new folder, and let's go ahead and call it right arm. Let's go ahead and zoom out, and let's just check our work. If I turn on the right arm and the right sleeve, and I can simply color them both now, or activate them both, visible or not visible. Let's click on our Move tool, and again, when you turn on your transform controls, you'll be able to see the 9 boxes. These boxes will let you scale. The middle box lets you move the pivot point. So if you hold Control and just move it, I don't think you need to hold Control. Let's actually see. Yeah, if you just left click and drag, you can move the center square, which is the pivot point for rotations. So I moved the pivot point here, and now I can rotate Homer's arm as if he's walking, right? Now let me show you what happens if you did not move the pivot. So the pivot is in the center. You'll see now when I rotate, it will rotate along that square, which is not really realistic here. So what I want again is to move the pivot, left click and drag it to the center of the shoulder socket, and now you have a animating arm. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and end it for this video. We'll continue to do the left arm at another video. See you guys next video.